This is Ask Mr. Wall Street. And I've been thinking the last few days about the activity of shorts versus longs. And here's my opinion. For now, Robinhood got game. What happens next? When the do-it-yourself day traders revolt, they can sure bring the bigs to their knees. You can have all the alarm bells and circuit breakers and treasure trove of capital you want. But when the army of buyers start placing orders driving the specialist's book upside down, market buy order imbalances must be honored on the floor. Every short playing ruthless hedge fund is in an open-ended loser territory and squeezed like an orange at the juice bar. Remember Trading Places, Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy? As margin call hell ensues, covering positions goes right along with it. Holding a short is no problem until it becomes one, like when the stock blasts higher through the hedgie's average short cost price. I bet some hedgies doubled down and kept shorting while the rocket was taking off. Easy pickings, they thought, until the buyers exposed their own plan. By then, the damage was done. So why now? What brought this all about? Is it the shorting itself, or who the shorts are and what they represent? When did the opportunity match the greed? How can we get our arms around buyers buying blindly, attempting to empty the deep pockets? Yeah, it may seem cool to upend hedge fund money-making strategies, turn into headlines and alerts on financial TV network shows, but buying in unison off of social media callouts to short bust can get very costly very quickly, as large swings in stocks act like tidal waves, washing out tons of cash with it into the unforgiving abyss of losses. In other words, how can the buyers overcome the dropping prices once the buying dries up? And mark my words, it always does. What's really going on here? Obviously, it's not that GameStop is worthy of its newly created market cap or stock price. So is it David versus Goliath? A mob of Davids? A show of force for the little guys? Is it making the shorts take it in the shorts for the hell of it? For the aha moment of showing what the mob can do? We used to call this the herd. It even had an adjective attached: herd mentality. Back in the day, I remember us traders would sit waiting for 12 o'clock to roll around daily, watching on the old financial news network for Dan Dorfman to mention his daily pick. And then the stampede would begin, the running of the bulls, traders jumping in first to buy, only to sell as the retail TV viewing audience placed their own buy orders while watching Dorfman from home or their place of business. Today, the mob has replaced the herd, and social media has replaced good old Dan Dorfman. And of course, the mob is led by simple math. Find the big reported shorts, massively buy the short, and watch the hedgies who are short run to cover their shorts in a massive short squeeze. Poor shorts, having done all the hard work of digging into failing companies through diligence and research, placing their bet on the downside, piling in huge capital, even borrowing to hedge and sell short, only to have the mob crush them in one trading session. Okay, what's going to happen next? After all, isn't this why you're all paying attention? So next, the mob starts to sell their longs to lock in profits, like every smart short-term trader should. But wait, the only way that shorts can survive this is to keep selling and shorting until they roll them out on a gurney. Selling begets more selling. So the hope of short covering by longs turns into the hedge funds cost averaging and selling more to cost average their selling price higher, since they know as professionals that the buying always, not sometimes, dries up. Remember the tidal wave example from earlier? You've seen what's left after a tidal wave recedes, haven't you? That's next, folks. That's the ugly after the good, bad, and ugly. It's not about winning the battle. It's about winning the war. Even Friar Tuck can't help now. This is Ask Mr. Wall Street, and thanks for listening.